Okay, this is one-on-one by the Private Media Association of the Kenya Retired Athletes Welfare Association. Today at Iningong to Tekla Lerupe camp, the Foka Wagon, who has been the manager for so long, many times the international manager, making of improvement for many athletes in Kenya, including Tekla Lerupe and Chepchumba and the others. Today we could like to hear from you, Foka. Maybe we know that very well. You have been coming several times and you would like maybe to renew your contract, and we hope soon as possible the issue when solved. Maybe probably by next year you start managing athletes. Maybe you tell us what are you expecting and what kind of the athletes maybe you could like maybe to manage them, because all of us, we are working to see that we are improving the welfare of athletes. Please kindly.
So the main point is that you need nowadays people who have done something that you can also offer them. Many athletes are coming and say, I was in this competition, I was number 3, number 4, number 5, but they don't mention the time. Nowadays, without time, you can't get competition. As many people are also not telling the truth. Some people, for example, mention a time, and when you Google, you find out they run maybe 10 minutes slow. All these things happens because people want and look for the chance to go out of the country to run races. I have some people helped, and most of these people were just bringing poor results that you cannot even cover the ticket. And this is the big problem with some of the athletes which are coming out of the country.
And how many athletes do you honor, Foka, from the East African region or the world?
You know, I can say I have managed more than 100 people, including Tekla, Rogers Rob, and other people. I always brought up world-class runners like Sami Wanjiro, the guy who was murdered, and nobody cares about him. So I feel sorry only for this issue, that someone can be murdered and is a hero of your country.
And maybe you tell us a little well and about maybe Ethiopia, if you have some of them.
You know, I have, for example, I was working with Haile Gebrselassie Kananisa Bekele. My best athlete I was managing was Behana Adere. She broke 3 times world record with me. She became 3 times world champion, 3 times third world championship, and 2 times third in the world championship. I can say this was one of the women I brought up from Norway to be a world-class runner. And I have more athletes from Ethiopia right now.
And what about Tanzania?
Yeah, I started with Tanzania. Tanzania was the people I wanted to support, but at the end I can say too much cheating. I gave up to work with Tanzanians. I lost a fortune in Tanzania.
What about the Ugandan? Because I can see they are almost coming competition to Kenyan athletes.
I can say Uganda is a upcoming country, and I can say there's a lot of potential. And when you see some of the runners who are already well known, and I think if we just do the same work as in Kenya, Uganda will be on the same level as Kenya.
What about the management of Uganda when you compare with Athletics Kenya?
So I have not managed any of the Ugandan people, therefore I cannot say something, but I'm very sure the people are quite well educated, and I think it's good to work with them.
And do you think it's the problem with the educational levels from the athletes maybe makes them to become cheater or a poor management in athletics?
I say it is the character. It doesn't matter what kind of education you have. If you're an honest person, it doesn't matter if you go to high school or primary school. It doesn't matter. It's just a question of character. I have people who are very honest, you can trust them, and others are just trying to cheat. This is the big problem.
And what do you think? Because you have lost a lot of money for these cheaters, you are saying. What's the number do you think in Kenya they have been cheating you, cheating the internet, when you Google, you get the time is not exactly what's in the internet?
You know, I can say in 2010, only one example, I lost 25,000 euro by helping Kenyan runners to come to Germany. They were not able to pay for the ticket, they were not able to pay for the house, not for the food. And at the end, I have to give them some money to go home. In total, I lost only in 2010, 25,000 euro.
And can you tell us, Foka, I hear you have been so good, and I know very well, since you're starting even from West Pokot as a count, all development that's been done with the Tekla Lerupe, actually we made agree, and absolutely we agree with you because of the management for bringing the athletes from West Pokot up and all over the region. All the regions, even Eldoret and even Iten, some athletes have been with you for several times. It's on that the management went down because of maybe poor or not renewing their contract, or maybe some allegation concerned to the management. Maybe you tell us what went wrong so that the contract was not existing.
So I can give only one example or two examples. One guy is blaming me that I have not paid him his money. The person runs like a woman. He's running in 3 years only 4 races. From 4 races he's dropping out one. He's running 2 races, 2:19, 2:20, and the other race he was running 2:14. For this, because he was sponsored by Adidas, he's asking Adidas to pay him all the money. How can you get all the money when you run like a woman? It's not possible. As I returned the money, the guy is blaming me. You have not the right to return my money. The second person, or the other person, I was paying people from Belgrade Marathon out of my pocket. I spent more than 13,000 euro. The meet director paid me in this year from 2012, 13, 14. He paid me this year 9.1 thousand euro, 9,100 euro. This is not covering my expenses which I spend for people. But even then people say, Volker, when you come to Kenya, you have my money. How can I have the money when the meet director doesn't pay? And they don't realize, or they don't accept, that I was the one who paid them the money from my own pocket.
Well, that is very well received, and maybe you may add very little from the IAAF. Do you have a problem with the IAAF management?
I have no problem with IAAF. I'm registered as IAAF manager. There's no problem at all. And I never have a problem with IAAF because I've never cheated people.
And maybe you tell us about the doping issues, because for really we have never ever hear any historically about concern to athletes under Volker Wagan use of drugs.
You know, I can say my drug or my doping is massage. I'm treating people and other people come to me. Even Paul Tergat was asking for my massage. I was treating Haile Gebrselassie and he was running 3 times world record with my massage. Messer Jiffer got gold medal in World Championship Olympics with my massage. Tegla Rupe and all my athletes were healthy, no injury. And therefore I can say what I have done was treatment, coaching and the right management.
That is very well received, Volker. And also the last question as we complete the motion, I'm asking you, what do you take on this issue for somebody who's coming and maybe is claiming that, oh, Volker did not pay his money? Are you ready to accept any meeting private to meet somebody anywhere else? Do you think that is the right way?
You know, I can say when someone is complaining, he should complain at the right time. This is number one. People come after 6-7 years and say, Volker didn't pay me. Why you didn't ask this question before? Number two, I have all the evidence, because when someone is blaming Volker didn't pay, I can prove that I paid. Because if I cannot prove, I lose the case. So I'm open for all cases people want to do. I'm ready to go for court.
Well, that is very well received. And what do you take on this action concerned to the Kenya Retired Athletes Welfare Association? It was not there, but now it is registered and is the oversight body to Athletics Kenya. And we are working all closely. But I think this is our work as a retired athletes to ensure that all managers and athletes are retired and all those are active, are well served well, no cheating, no what. And all those camps must be honored or run by the retired athletes. What do you take on that, or do you think about that?
You know, I can say it's a good idea to have a retired association for those athletes who have finished running. And I can also say the retired athlete should give advice to the young ones, because there's something which was in the past, that everything changed. Nowadays there's a new motivation and a new, let's say, generation. And therefore it is very difficult for some people to understand that things are not the same anymore. Retired athletes, they were just happy that everything was on a better side. Now everything is more difficult. But the athletes need advice from elders, and they can just tell them what they have to do.
Thank you very much, Volker. I hope that as you are going back to Germany today or maybe tomorrow, maybe you only wish good luck for the Kenyans athletes to work hard on training, as you may be looking your preparation and expecting maybe as things goes well to renew your contract probably by next year. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Okay.
I think that is a nice video.
Okay, so let me go, and because I have to go for the airport,
Yeah.
I have to finish something in the camp, and then